Welcome back to Rock Bottom is the New Normal. It's your boy Brian. Um, I saw a TikTok the other day. A girl posted a TikTok and she was like, "Am I feeling better now that I'm sober? Like, is this what I thought it would be?" And she said, like, "No, it's not." She said that she thought that once she got sober, that miraculously, she would start like feeling stronger, feeling better, be in better shape, just like automatically, like all this stuff. And like, I think that we all fall into that mindset. I think we all, like get sober and we're like, all right, we're gonna be the best version of ourselves. And like, that's true in like a lot of ways, I think. But I think that it also, like, I think you have to continue to put in the work. Um, like different work than you might necessarily be used to. I know when I first got sober and like probably even on and off throughout sobriety, like I wasn't taking care of myself. Like I first got sober and like I got skinny almost immediately. Like I got really skinny. Um I had a six pack. I was eating so much, but I was just like, I don't know, my body just kept me really, really, really thin. And then it was probably like 6 or 8 months of that, and after that, like, I started actually, like, putting on the weight. I mean, I was eating, like, fucking ice cream, I was drinking 8 energy drinks a day, sodas, like, crazy. I probably wasn't drinking enough water. I was drinking, like, gummy candies, fucking fast food, you name it, like, I was not taking care of myself, and I wasn't exercising. I wasn't like moving my body. I was moving my body at work and I thought that that was enough. And I started like putting on some weight, which is kind of like a new thing. It was a new thing for me. I spent most of my life like a thinner guy without having to try, fortunately. Um, so I started putting on weight and I was like, this is new. And, after a while of putting on some weight, I got a gym membership back in Michigan and I started going to a gym, like after work, I'd get done managing a restaurant and I would go and I would work out. And that lasted, like several months. I was able to like you kind of like beef up a little bit. I was able to lose a little bit of the fat. And then I just fell right back into that like not taking care of myself phase again. And like that probably carried through the rest of my time in Michigan. When I moved out to Arizona, I started bartending again. I got a job at a place that, it's a few stories and you have to take stairs. We're busy. We do a lot of volume every day. I shake a lot of cocktails. I take a lot of steps. Like I'm doing a lot more than I was before. I'm doing the kind of bartending I was doing 10 years ago when I was, 24. And it started to like, I mean, my body hated it at first. Like I was in rough shape for the first couple of months working there. I threw out my back getting off the couch. My legs are pretty much like constantly just not having a good time. Um, and I thought like work was enough. I thought like, I'm working, I'm getting a lot of exercise at work. Like this is enough exercise for me as a 34-year-old guy. Like I can, eat like I have been, which is, it's not great. Um, it's like a lot of cookies, a lot of ice cream, a lot of, you know, just not like fast food came back into it. It's quick and easy on the way home. Pizza rolls, chicken nuggets, like it's all just like quick, fast stuff because I'm trying to, like get as much out of my days as I possibly can when I'm not working. Um, and I thought like, this is good enough. And then I noticed the past like month or two that I I've been like just like groggy and I've been sleeping too much. I mean, like I'm getting like 9 hours of sleep at night. And then I'd have to take a nap during the day because I wouldn't have enough energy to like get through the day before work. And I was just exhausted all the time. And like I just like wasn't happy. Like I noticed that my happiness was kind of starting to like dwindle down. And I was like, I got to do something about that. And I did a little Google research and I kind of figured out like, I'm getting older. Almost I'm in my mid 30s and I have to make sure that I get the right vitamins and everything. So I started taking vitamins, changed up my diet. I started, eating, like a lot of fish. I'm eating a lot of tuna, a lot of salmon, a lot of chicken. I'm getting my greens in, I'm getting my starches in. I'm waking up and I'm eating breakfast. I used to not really eat breakfast, but now I'm making sure I'm eating, eggs, fruit, acai bowls, protein shakes. Like I'm getting all of this stuff in throughout the day. I'm starting to eat a salad every day for lunch. And I'm also starting to like exercise pretty regularly. I started playing basketball again. So I'm getting, cardio that way. I'm also hitting a bike every night. I'm trying to do like 2, 3, 4 miles on a bike. I'm lifting weights. Like I'm moving my body even though I really don't want to. Especially on days that you work when you get home and you're just like, oh, I'm so fucking tired from work. I just walked 35 flights of stairs. I just don't want to fucking do this at all. But then you just make yourself do it. And I mean, like everybody who goes to the gym is like, I didn't want to, but I'm glad I did. And I always fucking hated that, but it makes a lot of sense. Yeah. Like I never want to. And I'm always like glad that I do. I'm always glad that like I carve out that just like hour at the end of the day. And it makes me sleep a lot better at night too. Like I'm not tossing and turning as much. I take some melatonin and an ibuprofen and I just like zonk out. And then I get like 8 hours of sleep and I'm up and I'm feeling better. I get water in me right away, a coffee, eat breakfast. I'm walking dogs in the morning. Like I'm doing all this stuff. I'm moving my body more than it wants to. And I'm feeling better because of it. And I think that that's important in sobriety. I think that we, especially in active addiction, like we forget and we're not. I mean, like I didn't want to fucking move my body, dude. I had one focus, and that was to get alcohol or drugs into my system at a rate that was good enough for my body to keep up. Like I needed X amount in X amount of time, and like I had to get it in there. And so like I wasn't worried about like getting jogging or like lifting weights or eating properly. Like I was just like, please just fucking get this shit in me so I can survive. And I think it's important that when you first get sober, that you have to think about this. You have to force yourself to do it. Because yeah, I'm huge about, you get sober, do whatever you want to do, like food wise and stuff. Like if your body's telling you that you want fucking gummy bears at 9 in the morning, like absolutely. I think that rewarding yourself with these tiny rewards, like over and over and over again throughout the day at the beginning is super important. I think that, like getting yourself little treats or like going and buying yourself fucking random shit. I think that that's like so important in sobriety. But I also now, I wish I would have known this, 4 years ago. I know now that like getting out, moving your body, getting proper exercise, along with a semi-proper diet on top of, ice cream cones and gummy bears and Bang energy drinks and Diet Cokes and, all of that. I think I think it's a balance that you have to find when you become sober. But like take it from me, don't wait 4 years into sobriety and start figuring this shit out because you want to feel good, right away. And I wish that, that lady would know that. I wish that like I would have been able to like find that TikTok again so I could have like commented on it. Because I read it and it like I had to sit with it for like a couple days because I was like, why? Like, why is she not feeling good? And like I went through a lot of ideas. Like I was like, maybe she's just like, maybe she's bitching to bitch. Right. Like some people do that. Like sometimes I complain just to complain. And, there's a lot of people that complain for attention. Like maybe that's what she's doing. Like she's not getting enough attention with sobriety. But then I was like, no, man, like fuck that. That's a bad way to think. And like I think that she's at that point in her sobriety that just being sober isn't good enough anymore for your body. Like your body needs structure. Like it needs some good stuff. And working out, getting steps in, I mean, it's important for everyone, even if you're not sober, or even if whatever, even if you don't have a problem with alcohol or drugs or anything. Like, you should be out there. You should be getting steps in. You should be walking. You should be eating healthier. I think this takeaway could affect like a lot of other people other than addicts and people in recovery. But, unfortunately, I'm an addict in recovery, and this is this is my life. This is my podcast. So I get to talk about whatever the fuck I want. Um, yeah. So I wish I could have like found her again and I could have commented and been like, I don't know you. I don't know what your day to day is, but like I'd be willing to guess that you're not, eating properly. You're not getting enough exercise. Like you're hoping that sobriety kind of like coasts you through. And I think that that's just like, that's not doing it justice. It's not doing yourself justice either. Like you to get sober, especially if you're in like deep active addiction, or even like not, even if you're not the bad, like I talk about my story and me drinking a half gallon a day and having alcohol withdrawals, like constantly throwing up, like shitting my fucking pants, pissing my pants, like having psychosis, like all this bad shit. You could just be like, like you drink every weekend, or like when you drink, you have to drink to black out, or you just drink, like a few drinks every day. Like you could be that. And then you decide like, oh, I'm gonna do, like a dry January, and then you take the entire month of January off. And like that's hard. No matter your no matter your gauge of alcoholism or your gauge of your relationship with alcohol, whatever it is, like taking an entire month off or just taking time off at all from it is hard in this society, in this day and age when, everything is like pointed at drinking. People to go have fun, go out and drink, right? Like you work in an office, you're a teacher. Like teachers get done at fucking, 4 o'clock in the afternoon. And then they're like, oh, like all these other teachers, they're going to happy hour. And then like you either do it or you don't bond with your coworkers. And that's a tough spot to be in. Like that's a really tough spot to be in. And it's tough to even like go there and be like, what, I'm not gonna drink. And then everyone else is drinking and you're not. Like that's tough. That's an isolating experience to be a part of. And I know I didn't get sober for the longest time because I didn't want to be that guy who was sober. I didn't want to be the only person not drinking. I didn't want to be in that situation where if I'm out with, other restaurant colleagues and they're all drinking because like drinking in restaurants is so fucking acceptable. And they're all drinking and I'm not. And then they think that I'm a fucking loser because I can't be a loser. Like I cannot be a loser. It's like embedded in my DNA that I cannot be the person that people don't think is cool. Like I hate it. I hate it about myself. Trying to work on it. Um, but it's hard. It's really difficult. And if you put in that work to get sober and you become sober, whether it's, for the month of January or it's a life decision because you really need to, you owe it to yourself and to sobriety that you follow up, that you come through on the back end and you eat right, you exercise, you get in a good mental state, you get sleep, you're drinking water, you get all of this stuff still has to get done, or else, you're an unhappy, unhealthy person. Sobriety can only do so much for you. I mean, it does a lot. Sobriety is the reason I am who I am today. It's the reason that I've grown so much as a human. It is the reason that people that are around me enjoy being around me. They would not have liked me as a drinker. No one did. I was the worst. I would slide into your girlfriend's DMs, your wife's DMs. I was I was a fucking animal. The worst guy. And I had to sit with it when I got sober. I had to sit with who I was. And, I had to get better. And it took a lot of work. And now I'm happy to say that, I'm a guy that people are, enjoy being around. People seek to hang out with. People ask me like how I'm doing genuinely and are interested in stuff that I'm doing, that are listening to this fucking thing right now. They're listening even if they don't have to. They're listening to just because they like me. And they like me because of sobriety, because of who it made me. Like, it's so fucking important, but it's not the entire thing. It's a huge chunk of it, but it's not the entire thing. You need to be taking care of yourself and learn from me. Learn from me. Like, if you're thinking about getting sober, just got sober, whatever, learn from me. Learn from my mistakes. All right. I'm going to make a mistake like 2 or 3 times before I learn from it. So please let me do this for you. Learn from this. Go out, move your fucking body, buy fucking chicken and rice and asparagus, Brussels sprouts, green beans, eat vegetables, eat healthier meals, cut a little butter out. Right? Like for me, like stop eating so many cookies. Go out, run. If you don't like running, I fucking hate running. I hate running so much. I hate it. Don't run. Go play basketball, play soccer, play football, fucking baseball. Go do something that is cardio that you enjoy. Pickleball. If you're white and you like pickleball, go play pickleball. That's good cardio. If you like doing it and you don't think about it as you're doing it, but you're getting cardio, that's great. Go do that. Go lift up some heavy shit. Go buy a fucking bottle of vitamins, take them every day for a month and see how you feel. Guarantee you're probably going to feel a little better. Anyway, yeah, her her TikTok just kind of like sat with me and it got me thinking about, like myself and where I'm at. And it got me thinking about like what I'm starting to kind of build into my day to day, which is eating healthier and, being active, being just better. It's just like this tiny little fixes, tiny little maintenance adjustments that you have to do. And then I feel so much better. And I've only been doing it a couple weeks and I already feel so much fucking better. Like, I can't even explain how much better I feel. And I'm excited to feel even better after like a couple months. I mean, I'm gonna be just like in super great shape. Nobody will be able to catch me. I'll be so fast. Anyway, everybody stay sober,
Don't be so hard on yourself. Everything's not a monumental change. Everything is just tiny. You change small things every day and it adds up. I learned that from when I was managing a restaurant. One of the owners was, you know, super wise. He's like my age, but he was wise, way wise beyond his years. And he was very in tune with like podcasts, YouTube shows. Like he was like constantly trying to be better himself as a restaurant owner and as just like a human being. And I I just like envied him so much and I looked up to him so much that everything he told me or would share with me or we would try to like figure out together, like I really took to heart and I appreciated every second of it. But there was like one time, I forget like the situation, like I think that we had like a bad couple weeks at the restaurant. Like we were getting like not great reviews and as a restaurant it's not always just like one, like one bad table or something. Like sometimes it comes in like these big waves where like it snowballs out of control where like you'll have a bad table, then all of a sudden you have three bad tables and me saying bad tables doesn't mean that the guest is being bad. It's just like us as a restaurant like fumbles or does something that's not, it doesn't knock it out of the park. And we had like a few bad weeks and like, I'm trying to just make one big change, one huge monumental change to shift the restaurant back on course. And, he was like, no, like Brian, that's not it. You have to, just make small changes, right? Like how you do one thing's how you do everything. And I think that that's an important quote. And he's like, if you make just, a few small changes here and there, day in, day out, over the next month, few months, it's a huge shift. And like, I don't know. I think about that a lot more than I think he probably thinks I do. And, shout out to him for sure. Um, but yeah, just, little teeny small changes over time make huge differences. And the way you do one thing is the way you do everything. And I can't preach that enough. I didn't pick that up until I got sober. I used to, everything was all over the board, like just minute, just tiny little tasks throughout the day, right? Like how, like some people might say it's like OCD, but like how you throw stuff out, how you do dishes, how you do your laundry, how you vacuum your house, you know, how you do like anything from the time you get up until the time you go to bed. Even like your bedtime routine, your wake up routine, like all these little routines that you have throughout the day. If you stick to these certain things, like I have it in just like ingrained in my head that whenever I do something, like I'll go to throw something out. Like I'll be at work, I'll go throw something out, say it like misses and it lands on the floor, right? Like in you're busy, you're in the heat of the moment, and like there's that part of you that's like, somebody else will get it. I'll get it later, right? Like we have a cleaning crew at work that comes there and they clean the floors afterwards. Huge, huge for, bartenders. We don't sweep or mop at all after work. It's fucking huge. But so like I'll go throw something out, it'll miss, hit the floor, right? Part of me is like, no, I don't have to worry about that. This is not my problem anymore. Then that thing in the back of my head starts talking and it's like, no, how you do one thing is how you do everything. So if you do this the right way, you're going to start doing everything else in your life the right way. And like, why stop now? And so I'll just take that extra second. It's just like that extra second out of your day. And I'll pick that up and I'll throw it away. You know, if you add that to your just routines, it's gonna pay dividends in the end. Like, you won't even notice that you're doing these little tiny changes, but it ends up like coming out huge. Shout out to DC here. Anyway, I just want to leave you with that. Wanted to let you know kind of like what I've been thinking about past couple days. Yeah, anyway, stay sober, stay up. If you're living in the Arizona area, stay cool because it's hot as fuck out right now.